What's up, hustlers, and welcome to the Athletes in Business podcast, where each week we sit down and interview high-level athletes who transition from the world of sports into the world of entrepreneurship. This podcast will give you the tips, tricks, and resources you need to build a profitable business empire. All right, welcome to the Athletes in Business podcast, episode 1. We are here with Robert Hite. He's a former NBA basketball player for the Miami Heat and co-founder of Aston Rosese, a luxury real estate firm with agents in 7 states, and the first national sports and entertainment firm. He was 6th in the team for points for the Miami Hurricanes and represented David and Victoria Beckham on their $20 million purchase at 1000 Museum, one of the most prestigious condo buildings in Miami. Welcome to the show, the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Hite.
My guys, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Me. Yeah, Tony's my brother, man. We've been knowing each other for a few years.
Yeah. We just gonna leave it at that. We just gonna leave it at that.
I was trying to get into that before we started rolling, but then you guys,
you don't need to add any ages to it. But we known each other for a long time. That's one of the things that, you know, you missed out on that. Outside of all his accomplishments, man, Rob is an amazing person, an amazing friend.
Appreciate that, brother. Right back at you.
So basically, you know, I've seen you transition, and I've seen you transition.
You've seen the whole transition.
And you've excelled it in all spaces. I guess what we want to know is what day or what period of time did the transition actually click for you to convert from being an athlete to a businessman?
I got to give you a backstory on that one.
Okay.
2012, I tore my Achilles. And at that moment, you know, before that, it was all basketball, plan A. It wasn't no A through Z was basketball. Tore my Achilles, so it forced me to think about life off the court after basketball. Not knowing, I knew I was going to put in the work to get back as close to where I was before, you know, but you never know. So it forced me to start thinking about that. Rehab, came back, played in the D League at the time, aging myself right now. Played in the D League at the time, the next 2 years, and mentally, bro, was just, this was before really they started talking about mental health. I was done, bro. I didn't want to go to practice. Wasn't excited about the games. Like you've known me for a long time. You know, basketball was everything. That's all I did. Play ball. If you saw me, you knew I was somewhere working out, playing basketball, doing something basketball wise. So when I was waking up, didn't want to get up and go to practice. When I wasn't really worried about playing in the games, what was going to happen next. I think I was just mentally done, bro. And I stepped away from the game my second year after my injury, mid-season. I didn't even finish the season. And I had moved back home to Cincinnati. I had rehabbed there. I stayed there a few years and really just started thinking about my next move. What am I going to do? I started doing network marketing, which actually was very beneficial, helping me to transition into the business world. You're running your own business. You're selling these products, right? You're trying to get people to buy into it. It forced me to do public speaking and doing presentations in front of people. So it actually was a great skill, a great transition point for me, to the point where I was doing that. I was having some success, getting residual money, and Cincinnati was just depressing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a black hole, man. You're there, you're stuck. Yeah. So you get it. You understand that feeling. Like, you know, I had been in Miami most of my adult life. I came here when I was 18. I went to University of Miami, and so I understood there was more. And I just one day packed my stuff and said, I'm going back to Miami. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was going to do. I called my boy John Ross, John Sachs.
Yeah, John Sachs. Yeah.
Hey, bro, can I stay with you until I figured it out?
Wow.
And, you know, my guy, he's like, yeah, I got you. So I came back and just slowly started to rebuild, you know, myself in the community and my brand. Like, what am I going to do? Was trying different things. I was doing basketball training. When I was back in Cincinnati, I worked in a club, worked at a bar, I cut grass. I just was doing everything, bro. Just just staying active, right? Until I figured out where I wanted to be. And I always knew I liked real estate. And my brother, Keaton Copeland, his brother was big time in real estate in the luxury market. And like, get your license.
Yeah.
You know a lot of people, you got a great network, let's see what we can do with it. And the rest is history, man. I got my license in 2017. 3 years later, he mentioned it. I sold the place to David Beckham and his wife at 1000 Museum, and just been building and stacking ever since, man. 2 years ago, we started Aston Rosese Sports and Entertainment, myself and Tommy Rose. And it's been a blessing, man. We got over 30 agents across 7 different states and growing. So, the first, that 2012 was the first, like, okay.
Yeah.
Start putting a plan together for life after basketball. And that's when the process started.
I'm curious. So you've acquired tools throughout that time.
Yes, for sure.
You don't have to say the name of the company, but what sector was the network marketing in? Because I'm wondering, if there was a transitional moment from doing what you're doing with the networking. You don't have to say the name of the company, but just the sector, if it relates to any of your success where you are right now.
It was a travel company.
Ah, okay.
And I don't mind saying the name. It was the company, you hold the blue sign up, you should be here.
Wow.
World Ventures. And
okay.
Yeah, it went viral because of that blue sign.
Got you.
And what really, the biggest part of the network marketing thing for me was, one, having to speak in front of people, doing presentations.
Got you.
Just getting confident and comfortable with selling something, because we're always selling, right? Whether we're selling ourselves, a product, sales is every day. That's every day.
And it was were they pushing luxury?
Luxury travel, yeah.
Luxury travel, okay.
Yeah,
so
to a certain extent, right?
Yeah. So you had to almost implement some of the same tools of luxury.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, when you're selling now, even I'd
sure.
imagine. Yeah.
And it's, whether you're selling luxury or whether you're selling some toilet paper, it's the same skills, just it might be a different way you say it or a different way you present it, right? Sure. There's not a huge difference. Luxury-wise, you're dealing with different clientele. They're sharper. They know their stuff.
Got you.
A little more picky,
They
too.
know what they want, right? They are very picky.
Details.
And what's crazy, though, people that are spending less money are even more picky sometimes. And it can get a little annoying sometimes.
They got to stretch their dollar a little farther, right?
Yeah, but when you have the money, you know what you like, and you don't mind how much it costs. They definitely are very particular in what they like and how they like it. And playing in the NBA, playing basketball on a high level, being around celebrities, entertainers, knowing how they move, knowing how they think, has really helped me and my business partner, Tommy Rose, to excel in the sports and entertainment space.
Yeah,
Sure.
I can see that. I feel like that would have to be one of the big catalysts, because real estate really is about, you got to have a network of people that you have relationships with, that trust you with.
On that level, 1,000%.
One of their biggest purchases, they're probably making
Everybody.
in their life. Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's their second home, first home, investment property.
Yeah.
There's always some type of emotion attached to it.
Yeah.
And they got to trust you.
How did you originally build that relationship with the Beckhams to gain that trust from somebody like that?
So it wasn't that I built a relationship directly with them.
Yeah.
It was a relationship of a friend who was connected to them that knew they were trying to move to Miami. Yeah, it was more like a referral. Yeah. So I tell everybody that I know, young guys coming up, relationships and networking is everything, bro.
I was just about to ask you about the mentorship side.
It's all about networking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at without relationships.
What are some maybe good networking tips or tricks you maybe would have for maybe some guys who are playing right now, maybe some college athletes that maybe are trying to build their network? What are 1, 2, 3 things that they can do to become better networkers?
The first thing is don't be afraid to tell people you don't know. You don't know everything. Don't be afraid to let them know, listen, I'm trying to learn this. I'm a beginner. I'm new to this. Can you help me? Don't be afraid to ask for help.
I like that positioning, because I feel like if you come in it like that, rather than a young kid with an ego a little bit, people are going to see that.
Now they're just going to shoo you off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. Number two is just making an effort and being intentional about being in the room, being in the area, being in the events. For the NBA guys, go talk to the owner. How did he get to where he's at? I want to own a team one day.
Right.
How can I eventually get there, or you own this business, how can we partner up and, break some bread together, or some people, I'm trying to do this, can you connect me? Talk to the people around the building. It's people that work in the building that are doing things that you might not even know, but if you don't talk to them,
how you know? You
won't know. So for me, when I first moved back to Miami, I told you I was just intentional about how I moved around. Tony saw me everywhere. I knew, especially in Miami, they gotta see your face. You gotta be everywhere, to the point where they start asking, bro, what do you do?
Yeah.
How are you?
Are you with all these guys all the time?
Like, how you know all these scene that everybody was on, to the point where people start asking me, like, bro, I'm coming to Miami, I see you everywhere, I need this. I need a house, I need a boat, I need to rent a car.
So you're maybe doing like little concierge stuff in the beginning almost.
Yeah, it wasn't even, that wasn't the goal, but it just happened that way because they saw me everywhere all the time. And I wasn't even always everywhere, they just, the look of it.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's just, I was intentional about, especially when I came back, about networking and meeting and shaking hands and being around. When I started real estate, I went to Keaton, myself, his brother, we went to every developer, every project, sat in on the presentations, learned about the buildings. I built all these relationships. 1000 Museum, those are my people.
Oh, wow.
The 1000 Group, they're doing Villa Miami now. And those relationships get you opportunities. And that's just what it's about. You never know. It might not happen that day, that week, that month, but 2 years from now, you might, dang, yeah, let's do something now. I remember you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't do. They don't follow up. They don't stay in contact. They meet somebody one time and they just, okay.
That's it.
You have to stay plugged in if you really want to be successful in anything. You got to stay plugged in.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I'm curious. So, like, you started your own business.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen you do multiple things, including play in the Big Three.
Right.
And then during that time, I've seen you create relationships while you were playing in that league.
Facts.
Can you walk us through some of those relationships and how it expanded your business?
For sure. Playing in the Big Three, first of all, was amazing. That's probably the most fun I had, just playing basketball, and especially at that time in my life, I hadn't played in a while. Just being back in that locker room feel with the guys, that camaraderie was amazing. But I was able to build relationships with people like Ice Cube, right? The owner he started the Big Three, a legend, in business and music and movies.
Yeah.
One of probably the most down to earth celebrities I've ever met. Just cool, down to sit down and talk to you, share knowledge, share wisdom.
I love that. Like, he's got nothing to prove.
And create opportunities, nothing at all.
Yeah.
Create opportunities for guys to play basketball, to make money, and do what they love to do. But, I during the Big Three, my brother Keaton Copeland again, we started doing these dinners sponsored by Remy Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
I came to a few of those.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, good
Remy
times.
Martin would sponsor a dinner for all the players and coaches or whoever wanted to come from the Big Three. And it just was a time, man. It was a time to network with guys, sit down and really just chop it up. Guys like Gary Payton, Mike Bibby, and Jermaine O'Neal, Bonzi Wells, just so many guys, bro, that played in this league. Steven Jackson. That Dr. J was my coach. Right?
Okay. I love it.
I hosted one of the dinners with Dr. J.
Oh, that's so cool.
A guy that I always looked up to, admired.
Icon, yeah.
Icon, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Facts.
And, to be able to be around these guys, learn from these guys, and just, we sit down and talk just like this. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we've known each other for years, and it was just beautiful to be around so much history, with the older guys and guys that, around my age, and even some younger guys. So it was just beautiful to build with these guys. And now a lot of us keep in touch. We're watching what each other's doing. Some guys have worked on other things together. I'm working on some other things with some of the guys. So
Beautiful.
it's just, he created something that really could last, through the test of time, because it's kind of after your career or towards the end of your career that you can build your brand with and grow with. So I love what he's created.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That is very smart. Yeah. Go ahead.
I remember you started your business before you had kids, right?
Yes.
So is there anything that you can speak on now, being married, having kids? How does that play a role in your business endeavors now?
First of all, time management.
Okay.
Is probably the biggest thing. We have 3 kids, 3 small kids, 7, 2, and 5 months now. So
congratulations.
Thank you.
Kids.
Thank you.
It's fun times.
Yeah, so very fun.
Yeah.
Very fun. Just time management, just trying to balance, making sure the family's good, my wife, the kids, they have everything they need, along with, working on 3 or 4 different business opportunities. And it's tough. It's tough to juggle all that, but, it's no excuses. We just figure it out.
Yeah.
Before that, of course, you move around, you go where you want to go, do what you want to do, travel, move. So now, having a family, having kids, I try to do as much as I can here from the house. I rarely even come down today to Miami. I live in Broward now. I rarely even come down to Miami. I used to see Tony almost 3 or 4 times a week.
Okay, nice,
right? Now it's here and there
Yeah.
because my focus is my family and my work.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
You got to take care of the.
Gotta take care of the crib, man.
Gotta take care of the crib.
So a day in the life, walk us through that.
Today, let's see. I'll walk you through today. Usually, wake up at like 6:15. Start getting my daughter's stuff ready for school, her lunch, making her breakfast, wake her up, get her ready, take her to school. She has to be at school by, I think, like 8. Usually I would go hit the gym right after, unless we have something to do that morning. But usually I go hit the gym right after. I go to UFC Fit up by my house.
Okay.
After that, it's come home, help the wife with the kids, the 2 younger kids, give her a break, let her do some things that she needs to do, handle some stuff on my phone, usually, a couple calls, conference calls throughout the day, and juggling that with, the kids. Sometimes I'm on conference calls with the kids, right there on my lap.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. That's right.
And then usually pick my daughter up. I took to school to pick her up around 3 o'clock, come home, make sure she does all her work that she needs to do at home, her homework. My wife fixed dinner, or we order some food, make sure everybody eat, and tubbies, and put them to bed, and try to get some extra work done, after they go to bed.
So are you more like a multitasker, or do you like to just focus on one task at a time?
Multitask right now.
Okay.
Right now I'm multitasker. For sure. I have to.
I feel like you have to, yeah. I feel like if you're operating at a high level, I feel
my
like
wife and I, we do this, we don't have grandparents down here, it's just us.
Yeah.
So we do what we got to do.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
no
it.
excuses. We help each other out. It's no, she got to do everything, and I just, I'm holding my.
So y'all dual general managers. Y'all both handling both of the roles.
Yeah,
equally.
both.
I love that.
Good. We have to, man. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
I help bring the kids in the world too.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Fact.
It's that partnership. Yeah, it's that partnership.
bro. We
That's
gotta do this together. That's the only way it works.
I love that.
Yeah, as it should be. Yeah, nice. Well, I want to hit you with a couple scenarios here.
Talk to me.
All right. So I don't know if Tony kind of gave you the background on this. So a lot of our motivation on doing this podcast is to help grow the sports agency Tony has, and then also we want to give content to players for that plan B.
Nice.
Like, what if you maybe make it to the league, you get injured, or maybe you don't make it?
Right.
What's that plan B? And we see both of us, Tony and I, or all of us here really, we're all athletes who then went to the business world.
Yeah.
And so we want to give all athletes out there as much information to make that transition and get into business, because there's a huge opportunity there for athletes.
Yeah,
so,
especially now.
Yeah, especially now. And so I want to hit you with a couple scenarios as far as chilling, and I'm looking to start a business in real estate. What should I do?
Sit down with a real estate professional. First of all, call me.
Okay.
First thing, call me, and then let's discuss. There's so many different avenues you can go in real estate. So let's discuss what do you want to do? Do you want to develop? Do you want to buy commercial properties? Do you want to buy residential properties, rent them out, Airbnb? Do you just want to invest?
What do you think would be the best if they have no real estate experience?
I would say, if you have no real estate experience and you want to get into real estate, I would say go take the real estate course.
Okay, just like the state licensing.
Just go take your state license, get your state license. It give you two things. One, you'll learn more about real estate. Two, you have your license. So now if you do want to go buy real estate, you can represent yourself. You can always come join Aston Rose, of course.
Yeah.
We are in
How many agents do you
7
have on your
states.
team?
We have 30 plus agents.
Wow, okay.
We're in Florida, California, Texas,
Okay.
Virginia, DC, Maryland, and New York.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that now. Do you have a sweet spot for athletes?
That's what we want.
Okay.
We want
Beautiful.
athletes. We want you guys to come work with us. We
Awesome.
want to teach you and show you how to build a portfolio.
Okay.
You know, real estate is, if you look at any major wealthy person in the world, real estate is probably the main backer of their real estate. I mean, of their wealth.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And it's not going anywhere. Real estate, everybody needs real estate. You know, I need somewhere to live, work, play, whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, I would say yes. What did you ask me again?
Interns, young guys
Yes.
coming up, maybe athletes in the off season.
Interns for sure. You know, come spend a day with me.
Yeah.
Come spend a day with Tommy, with us, and let's ride around. Let's go to the different projects and the properties. We did an event with the NBPA last summer.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Where we set up different tours for them to tour different real estate buildings here in Miami, and they loved it.
I love that initiative.
They loved it. We did it in California too. Just guys that are interested in real estate, helping them understand the different facets of real estate. Like we talked about development, residential,
sales side.
yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna have to tap the NFLPA into this too as well, man. We got to make sure.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
that the
NBPA, let's do it
education
again. Let's do it again.
I agree with
it's
that.
cyclical. I want to make sure that it's-
NFLPA. We want to work with everybody.
Absolutely.
MLB, MLS.
I think that's also a really cool way to niche your brokerage, right? Is like just bringing, you want all athletes to come there, because I feel like that's a
for
super
us.
cool,
It's that's already that's our sphere. That's
right.
our
Those
people.
are your people. Yeah.
So for us, it's nothing. It's like we were doing this before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's just make it make sense for helping ourselves, of course, but helping these young guys and girls understand where they can really create a niche for themselves. You know, sports doesn't last forever. Basketball, football.
That's true.
You know, it's a short window.
Right.
Honestly, if you really look at it, it's a short window. So from high school, because these guys getting this NIL money now,
Yeah.
you can start putting a plan together for when you're done playing basketball and be very wealthy and make more money, you know, after the fact than even when you play on the court. So, you know, you see guys like D Wade, you know, LeBron, of course, when he finishes, he's going to be a gazillionaire just because he's
Funnel
put
his
the
money into
team in
businesses,
place to help him grow and expand his business, you know, acumen and everything else he's doing. So
Would that be a good avenue? Like, let's say you did play in the NBA and you did retire and you have a couple $1 million. Like, do you think buying real estate would be
real estate is safe.
The best way to go, or like
It's safe.
Yeah.
You know, you can invest in the stock market. It's up and down, fluctuates. Crypto is crazy right now. You really just have to understand that though before you get into that. But real estate is super safe.
Yeah.
You really can't go wrong with real estate, especially if you're gonna hold it. You can buy and flip and do those things as well, but you know, real estate is always a safe bet. They're not creating any more land.
Yeah.
You know what
Fair.
I'm saying? So the value always, it might fall a little bit, but it always goes back
Yeah.
up.
If you look.
Are you thinking about doing collectives with college athletes in the
Yes.
space of the?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
For sure, we would love to do that as well.
Great.
You know, we're 2 years in with Aston Rose, over $200 million in production
Got you.
over these last 2 years, and this year, you know, the last 2 years we just tried to focus on getting more agents, growing, the next year or two, or maybe 2 to 3 years, we want to focus on more initiatives, expansion. We want to be in every major city with 2 or more sports teams, professional sports teams. So, it's a couple cities on our list this year that we would like to be in before the year's out. But yeah, we definitely want to touch, college, professional, any athlete at any level that is thinking about, not even thinking about, is making money or going to make some money. Real estate should be a part of that conversation, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, as far as NILs, would you sponsor an athlete potentially?
Potentially, yes. At some point, yeah. We got to get ourselves to a place where we can do that comfortably. But yeah, for sure, that would be for sure. Tommy and I have talked about that as well, but we're just not there yet to be able to be ready to do that.
You think it's more or less finding out what works with the athletes coming up, or is it more on the financial side? Is it more or less what the needs of a top tier athlete in the collegiate space?
I think it's a little
bit
of both. It's a little bit of both. Just understanding what they want, what they're looking for,
right,
and how we can add value.
Because I haven't seen anybody do it yet.
Nobody's done it.
Yeah, so that would be.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
I honestly would support that.
Yeah, we would love to be the first one. We can talk about that.
Yeah,
we can talk about that for sure, and just figure out what makes sense and how to do it.
How to do it and leverage it. I think that would be super cool, especially with what you're doing and how it taps into the sports world.
Yeah.
I definitely would support something like that. That'd be
let's talk
awesome.
about it. Let's talk about it. I know Tommy would be down. We've had other college athletes reach out just as far as an internship.
Yeah.
Wanting to just be around and learn, which we've done a little bit of, but we definitely want to focus more.
It could be a double play there.
It could be a double play for sure. Yeah.
Because you're gonna have guys that are going to want to maybe have an interest, or maybe you might want to have that as a career pathway, but they might be, killing it on the field or on the basketball court
for sure.
at the same time.
For sure.
And it could work hand in hand.
I think more of these, young guys, girls, especially professional, because you have more time on your hands, should have a hobby, some type of hobby, whether it's real estate or something else that makes you money as well, not just doing it just to do it, something that makes you money.
Do most players professionally, when they're playing, obviously some guys, start businesses and go on with that, but do a lot of them just stash their cash? Like, what do they,
I think they used to.
Yeah.
I think so. The guys didn't really know what to do. Right. Or they would blow it.
Right.
But
do the teams
I think these guys are a lot sharper because of social media. You have to build a brand now. Yeah. Like, even this guys in the NBA that I know there's got other guys that are more talented, but these guys might have a better brand. They're talented, but
there's a lot of value in that brand.
There's value in that, right? And it's a business, and it's becoming a business now at a lot younger age. You know what I'm saying? Guys in middle school, like, bro, he's making money. Yeah. In middle school?
Yeah.
That's
100%.
Crazy.
He's streaming or whatever he's doing.
It's crazy. Yeah. So you see guys in high school with 1 million, 2 million followers, making millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about
in high school.
The show,
because they're talented, they build this crazy brand, and the people that are following them are their age. Yeah. That's the big market in social media, is that age group, right?
The essence of leveraging, right?
Yeah.
Leveraging your likeliness, leveraging the impact that you have at the moment. Being present as an athlete is everything.
It's everything. And I think it's good and bad. It's good because they're making money. It's bad because I think it's hurting the game a little bit. Because these guys don't love the game like we did growing up, right? Because
they get some of the clout from
they getting so much so early,
right?
And it's so much of a business now, and so much I got to build my brand before. We weren't thinking about that. We just wanted to go hoop, or play football or baseball, whatever it was. And our way out was to make it to the NBA, to go make money to help our families and do whatever we're trying to do. Now, you could do that in middle school, high school, right? Well, so what do I have to look forward to? When I do get there, it's like, cool, I'm playing still, I'm making money. Right. But my main focus is really continue to build my brand and make more money instead of becoming a better player on the court.
Right. So let's maybe talk about that a little bit further here because we got a couple minutes left. And, what do you think a college athlete should do? Let's say they have 200,000-300,000 Instagram followers and they're playing college sports right now. Like, what do they do with that to not damage their reputation or to monetize it the best? Like, knowing what you know now and going through that, what would you tell them to do to really embrace that or make the most of their, their followings?
They need to hire somebody that can introduce them and connect them with different businesses.
Like a sports agent?
Like a sports agent, like a Tony.
Hey.
No, for real.
Shameless plug.
Right. Yeah, no, straight up, like a Tony, right? That can connect you. You need to focus on basketball. Somebody that you trust, first of all, to bring you business deals, help you stack that money, because you really don't need it in college like that anyway. Let's stack this money. Come talk to me. We can talk about a real estate plan if that's what you want to do, right? Come talk to somebody like myself, Tommy, to help you put together a plan to take care of this money and grow this money, and protect this money to where you don't have to pay Uncle Sam all this money in taxes, right? So it's just about putting a team together as early as you can of people that you trust, but you keep power of attorney of your money. Don't let anybody have power to take your money and spend it when they want to. I think that's very important too. That's how a lot of guys, we see a lot of situations where these guys get robbed.
Yeah.
Because they sign away to a trusted advisor.
Because they sign away
their money.
Yeah. Like
you
cool.
definitely answered a question that I had in my head because, you were speaking about how the love of the game is kind of getting depreciated because of the social presence that, creates a distraction at the same time, right? From being able to receive a check for whatever social antic that you were putting together on your social media and not focusing on the game, but you play the game. So I want to know, do you think the culture is going to be shifting more to the social side or more to more people that are just genuinely in love with the game?
I think it'll shift. I mean, it's already shifting more towards the social side. I think it may shift a little bit more, but it always comes back. It's always going to be a group of kids that come in. It's just like, I just want to hoop.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care about the money.
Right.
Like, I just want to hoop and get buckets like Giannis. Like Giannis just wants to play basketball. LeBron just wants to play. He loves playing basketball. You can tell. He's still playing. It's 21 years. Yeah. If he didn't love the game, he would have stopped playing a couple years ago.
Right.
So, it's going to be another guy or another group of kids that come in that kind of light that fire back. And there's some guys in the league now that, they love the game, you could tell. But as a whole, overall, just the basketball community, you can feel it. Like, I was just talking to my guy, shout out to Coach Mike P, when we was high school, back my high school. Yeah. He was the head coach for his first year. He got Coach of the Year.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. But we were just having a conversation just about, it's just different. Yeah. These kids different. They just, we expect them to do things and move like how we moved and understand and appreciate the game the way we did, but it's not the same. Right. It's not the same. And it's not, I'm not going to say it's bad or good. It's just different. Right. It's just different. It's just different. And we also have to adjust. Right. We try to bring that dog out of them. We try to, sometimes it feels like we want it more than they do.
Do you feel like they're a little bit more emotional now, or where's the balance there between talent and emotion?
Kids are softer now these days.
They soft. Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Nah, I bet the generation above us said the same thing about us.
No, I think, man, I just think it's tough. I think it's harder for them because of social media.
Okay.
You have so much expectation because you see it every day. Yeah. We didn't see all this. We just knew. We just saw what we had in our little communities, at our schools. Yeah. What you saw in a magazine sometimes or on TV sometimes, but it's at your neck every day. Yeah. Like,
would you say the pressure's higher?
Yes. Yeah. For sure. 100%.
Gotcha.
100%. Like for everybody, for men, women, you are constantly being put in a position to compare yourself to somebody else or the next person. And most of it's fake. Right. So it's a false.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just tough. Like as parents, you have to help your kids stay grounded and understand that they are enough. They are great and amazing where they are and who they are, because it's tough, bro. I can only imagine if we had this, when we were.
Oh my goodness. I talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, I'll probably be in a lot of trouble probably.
Right, that part.
Because it's a lot to take in,
bro.
with the freedom of being able to express yourself and to hit the world, not just your neighborhood.
Community.
Now it's like
the whole world.
all of that at one time. Yeah, it would be
and understanding the repercussion of your actions at a young age.
That's the part.
That's the part, because at a young age you don't understand that.
You don't understand. It's
you don't
hard to
understand that.
That's why I have a little sympathy towards
it's funny,
it.
yeah?
I do too.
I have a little sympathy
do too,
towards it. Yeah,
for sure. You have to, because we didn't have to deal with this. Not this pressure.
Exactly. Exactly. One last question.
Yeah.
You're a worldly man. Ladies and gentlemen, this man been overseas.
Yeah.
He played in the National Basketball Association, so in America. Who do you think make for better business candidates? An overseas player who retired or an NBA player who retired?
Oh, good question.
Dang.
And I know a lot from both sides now, and a lot that's made a lot of money for themselves on both sides.
That's a tough question. It depends on the person, because overseas player might be a little hungrier because they didn't get. A lot of them didn't make the millions that the NBA player made, or have the deals that the NBA player had. So it's a little easier for an NBA player, for sure, if you use it the right way. Better? Sheesh.
I kind of maybe agree with him a little bit, because I feel like those players are a little hungrier. Like they
overseas, they're a little hungrier, and
they're a little less talented.
Sometimes you had to go negotiate your own contracts over there too.
So you learn the skills of.
So you learn some different skills when you go overseas. You had to learn other languages. You had to learn how to survive a little bit more. So you definitely learn a whole different skill set when you go overseas. People don't understand. That's a grind.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's a grind.
And if you know how to grind like that, if you're back against the wall, I feel like that translates to business.
It translates to business very well, for sure.
Yeah.
So I might have to give them a little edge when you just based on the question.
Okay.
I think that's
okay.
fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Based on the question. But NBA guys they have more resources, so
Correct.
It's more opportunity.
Right.
I'll say that.
Yeah. And if done correctly, they might not have to ever work again. Where on the other hand, some of the guys. Well, let's get ready to wrap this up here. It's been awesome, excellent episode
really
here.
Appreciate you guys. And first of all, I love what y'all doing, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's an excellent studio, right?
Yeah, this is dope.
This is awesome. It's the Move Miami here. But before we go, Robert,
shout out to Drew.
Yeah, shout out to Drew. Yeah, shout out to Drew there. Yeah,
let's get it.
Before we go, how can people find out more about you and your businesses? Maybe they're an agent, they want to get in touch, chat with you. Where can people follow
social
you?
media, Instagram. My personal page is Robert Hite.
Okay.
Our Aston Rose page is Aston Rose SE. And
if someone's an agent, want to maybe join your
team,
team,
definitely reach out to me, DM me.
Okay.
Let's connect for sure. We are like.
Let's get it.
And I gave you guys before, but CBD line, Lifeline. Definitely check out the products.
I'm definitely gonna tap in on that.
Is there a website? Is there a website to share?
The website will be up soon. I'll let you guys know. You guys can post it.
We'll post it in the show notes.
I can't wait. I can't wait to utilize that because I'm a little sore.
Yeah.
Caught myself out there trying to act like I'm going to the NFL Combine this week.
There you go.
I'm feeling real sore, so I'm going to definitely be utilizing, trying to get down with them youngins. You know what I mean? So definitely.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Rob. I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Absolutely.
We really, really, really appreciate everything that you bring to Miami, everything that you've been bringing to Broward, and now tapping globally. And I will be sending you some interns. Once again, guys, this is Sports Mediators. All right, we're bridging the gap between athletes and business. So stay tuned for our next episode. Let's get it.
We out. Yeah. Awesome.
Hey, that was great, bro.